Rob Koenig. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's for service.
Jaime Filiol, grandfather of Nicolas Jarry.
It's a real opportunity for Sakellaridis to go out there and just really accelerate, and he's got nothing to lose. Jarry's got a huge serve, block the ball back, make him play, but his focus today is about holding his serve. Try and get himself into this match. He's definitely going to have an uphill battle today.
That is a proper second serve. He's got the height, he's got the technique, and you couple those two with a good kick serve, Mark, and it is the perfect combo, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, Sakellaridis is not a short guy. He took that over his shoulders.
First game.
What do you make of this action? Talk me through it.
It's a fluid action. I love it. I think one of the best on the tour. Very simple, getting his feet together, extending up beautifully, taking advantage of that tall frame that he has, and I love the acceleration of the racket all the way through the ball, through his body. Finishing nicely in the court. It's nothing too technical that can go wrong in tight situation. That's what I love about it.
That's one of the reasons he's been moving steadily up the rankings, Flip. And he's had the opportunity in the last 12 months to play some of the best players on the planet. Played Alcaraz on 2 occasions, Tsitsipas, Casper. Casper also on a couple of occasions. Beat him once in Geneva. Played the likes of Hashanov, Demonor, Dimitrov. He is very comfortable being front and center. .210 at first serve, it just missed. Some good pop.
That's one thing that he needs today, is that first serve percentage needs to be high. Give himself that look to set up a point and be able to hit that forehand, because if Jarry gets to look at a lot of second serves, it's going to put the pressure right on Sakellaridis.
Love 30.
Jarry already looking more measured and relaxed than he was in his first match. Looking a lot more steady. Nice shape on the ball.
Oh, that is oh so sweet.
Jarry letting people know that he's comfortable moving forward as well and showing some good hands here. Especially that drop volley taking off the pace of the ball.
And we've got Wally Musso courtside. Wally, that was circa mid-1980s there.
I like the forehand volley. There's a lot of good backhand volleys around, but the forehand volley, he charged it. Simple swing. I agree with Flip too. Nicolas just seems a little more settled. You know, we just assume that great players are going to come out and play great, but everybody has to find their rhythm, their form, a new year, new surface, new tournament, new opponents. Nothing like a win just to build confidence. There's Jaime, granddad and captain in screen there, and a big Chilean flavour to this crowd, and they are noisy, making their presence felt.
Great atmosphere between the Greeks and the Chileans. There's going to be a lot of raucous going on here.
Strong in the booth too. Greece and South Africa represented.
We're everywhere, Wally. We're
United
taking over.
Nations.
Chile fans didn't have too much to get excited about in the last match, so as you said, they're definitely going to be heard in this one.
The low-ranked player, it's so important to try and get a foothold in a set in the match as soon as possible. Very uncomfortable when you get broken early on. Sakellaridis can challenge. I'm not sure if he's aware of that or not. Of course, he's not used to playing on show courts where you can have a look at a close call, excuse me, not challenged. You can have a look at whether the ball landed in, or the line calling is automated. Can ask the chair umpire just to have a look.
I'm all for making returns, but if you're that far back, and Medvedev would prove me wrong, it just seems awfully hard to build a point from where Sakellaridis returned. So he makes it. He's almost in the exit aisle. Now, he's not within 30 metres of that. So deep for return.
40-15.
He's bringing the Kenny Powers fastball. 2-2-2. That one stretching the serve. 3-zip Jarry leads. What a great start for Chile.
Awesome. Muy bien, muy bien. A ver, no quieren a ningún gallo sirviendo.
Oh, one or two far from the harbour area. And Sydney Harbour is just really the centerpiece of this magnificent city, together with the Opera House. So many tourists like to just cruise around the walkways. You've got more than 240 kilometers of shoreline. The iconic Sydney Opera House. Beautiful place to watch a summer evening sunset, and of course one of the best places on the planet to welcome in the new year.
Time.
Bien. Vamos.
Quick out the blocks. Sakellaridis. I said 3 games to try and settle down. He'd love nothing more than a holder serve here, playing catch-up. Always pretty vocal is Apostolos.
I think we've got more than one captain on that bench, that's for sure.
Let's.
I know that coaching on the tour is allowed. He's not racking up as many fines as he was before, Mark. Hence why he's got such a nice watch on his left wrist. Wally, don't you just love the intent that Jarry has to get forward and take the ball on the rise?
Yeah, it's interesting. You just wonder how much of that is influenced by his grandfather, Jaime, who, of course, was a very aggressive player, and all the players of his era were keen to come forward, irrespective of surface. But yeah, no, he does have intent. But he's got nice, simple ground shots too. They're not extravagant. He can kind of lean on the ball, move through it. I mean, I love the double-handers, the idea that you can just kind of lean on the ball with two hands on the racket, just make the adjustment, particularly even off the second serve with the two hands on the racket. He's such a tall man, even if it gets up a little bit, it's only chest height. Just smother the ball, come forward every now and then. Maybe it's 5 or 10% of your game, but it can make a difference.
It is just this enormous size wave of attack at the moment from the Chilean.
Let's the service.
Great hold from Sakellaridis. That'll calm the nerves down.
Team Chile leads 3-1.
Just discussing the idea of moving forward, and he did miss that approach. And it's a real mindset, isn't it? It's not a winner, it's an approach. And you've got to play it as such, and you accept that what you're doing is putting pressure on your opponent to make a pass. Nothing worse than overcooking the approach. If you're going for a winner, well, that's different. It's almost a percentage play.
That's smart play there. When you see your opponent sitting literally 4 meters behind the baseline like that, it's a good play to throw in that serve and volley. He's got some good volleys to back up that big serve too.
I mean, that's watertight technique.
Yeah.
I think 4 meters back is being generous, Flip. He gets behind the Sydney side.
30 done.
Does that take him to Manly?
Yeah, look, I mean, it works for Medvedev, and he's pretty extraordinary what he can achieve from that far back in the court. But we saw Manarino last night taking on the serve of Zverev, sometimes first serve inside the baseline, which is pretty extraordinary. Only a much shorter man, of course, shorter limbs, but got to find a happy medium, I think.
40 love.
As a coach, Wally, what is your general rule of thumb? Go with what you traditionally do and then fine-tune depending on what the serve feels like?
Yeah, I think every player's got to be comfortable with the serve that they're facing, exactly where they stand, but you'd like to think that you could do a little better than this.
He's gone even further back now for this one.
That's incredible.
Just want to mix things up.
Not on that occasion. A comfortable hold for Nicolas Jarry. He's firmly in control of proceedings at 4-1.
Eso es lo que va a empezar a trabajar de ahora en adelante. Tú vas a entrar con la misma intensidad, con la misma fuerza y después quitar. Cosa que el otro gallo no se ubique y hacerle los cambios. Angulada, una cortita, pero entrar con la misma fuerza.
Here's Nico's wife just doing some tennis analysis now. See, this is where Daddy's hitting the forehand, and when you grow up, hopefully your forehand will be as big as his, and then keep working on the serve. And let's not forget Uncle Martin. Had a pretty good forehand too.
Y es hábil, porque tú le tiraste buenas devoluciones y te las saca bien. Entonces hay que ser clever.
It was little Santiago sitting on Mom's lap. It is a family affair.
Siempre pedirle más
Time.
a la concentración.
Well, Germany and France shook the fans here all night long yesterday. What a match that was. Went down to the deciding mixed yet again. We've had some stellar matches that have been decided by the mixed. Of course, Germany having one match point. The French eventually securing it on their third match point. Garcia and Edouard Roger-Vasselin getting the win for them.
He definitely doesn't back away, does he, Wally? I know Jarry's missing some couple of shots here and there, but he continues to hit. Understanding that's where the strength lies in his game. But sometimes I would like to see a little more shape on that ball.
Can't defend shot making like that.
A bit like that, Flip, just getting the ball straight up off the racket, creating the angles, a bit of height to work with. And it is surprising that sometimes he does get a little flat on the forehand because he's so good on clay. It's where he grew up. He's had some of his best results. Awfully good at the French Open in 2023. So you think that would come quite naturally to him creating that shape.
30-15.
It's a nice slider out wide there from Sakellaridis. Right now, he's got his first service percentage at 53%. That is way too low. Puts a lot of pressure on that second serve, and right now he's only won 29% of that second serve. So that pressure is just going to build and build. So that first serve is very important for him to take that pressure off and try and use that forehand to put some pressure on his opponent.
It's a close call. It often gets shown on the back of the court on the LED screens. Did all the hard work. Beautiful running forehand to take control of the point, but couldn't apply the finishing touches. And it's a second game for Team Greece.
Good effort here. Nice. Look at that. Showing some good flexibility from the big guy. It's impressive. Keeping himself alive and coming up with Jan Forstera. It's a good hold. That's a long way back, Wally. And My God, that was the worst underserve I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, I actually thought he might employ that in the previous game, but that was a lack of feel.
Yeah, let's have a look at this again. Nope. I was promised a replay by my director, and he's just left me hanging.
Where is it?
Well, I think he had the wrong grip. He had like a forehand grip, and boing. You need the little continental grip play, the slider, little slice.
Okay, I think Jared's got the button for me now. There we go. Here he is. Oh,
yeah.
My goodness. That is the touch of a dinosaur's back foot.
Back foot's the bigger one. Is that the bigger one, Robbie? You know what? I can't see him with a box of balls out in the court working on that one, but maybe he can add it to his repertoire. Or he can just do that. I think it's the better play.
Always interesting for a guy like Jarry in a match like this to work on things that you're going to use against the very best players in the world over the course of the Australian summer. He could probably just grind out a win from the back of the court, no problem, but it's good to see him employing an all-court game.
Yeah, and it is part of his game. And that is good news, because in this day and age with players who are such good athletes, you have to be able to finish points off at net. And Jerry's done that well. He leads 5-2. Yeah, on a toasty day like today, there's no better place to be than Bondi Beach, one of Sydney's most iconic beaches. It's only just a couple of kilometres east of the Sydney CBD. Great scenery and stunning beach culture. Great coffee shops in and around there. Always nice for a good surf.
Flip, you're a surfer. You ever surf Bondi?
Many years ago, I did get out there. Very crowded, but wanted a magnificent setup though.
For a second, the security was coming in for Apostolos. He just walked past the screen. Has to be front and centre. Never short of a word or three. Plenty of input for Sakellaridis on that change of end. New balls.
Love 15.
ψηλά δεν τα μπορεί. Όταν παίζεις εδώ, εντάξει, όλοι μπορούν. Δεν μπορεί να κατεβάσεις καθόλου.
30-15.
The back issues is what's kept Tsitsipas on the sideline for the singles. Good chance we're going to see him in the mixed doubles. Just managing his back at the moment. Seems to be in good spirits.
Αριστερό, μοκράτον ψηλά όταν σερβίρεις. Μην τον κατεβάζεις.
Spreading the court magnificently.
Jarry's a big hitter of the ball, but when you're that far back behind the baseline, it's just so much pressure, side to side. I remember having a discussion with him last year that I believe you've got to be looking to move forward a little bit. I understand that you're comfortable playing from behind the baseline, but at some stage when you have the opportunity, you've got to look to be hit with that front foot, step into it.
Yes.
Take advantage of what you have as far as your height on the court. Look to press at times. Take a risk, but at least you're trying something different. Like right now where he's about to serve this serve.
Jarry has made the compensation on the return, negating that angle he's trying to get.
Advantage Team Greece.
Να σερβίρεις από πιο πλάι, άμα θες να πας πιο έξω, πιο ψηλό το τόσο.
Just Captain Petros there just telling him, if you want to go for that wide one, just make sure your toss has to be higher. Make sure you get that toss up.
Serving wide again here. Got to watch that back leg. We were talking about foot faults in the centre line yesterday. I think it was Wally and Mark Petchy who were in the commentary box. Of course, there is a ruling as well when you're serving as wide as Sakellaridis is there as to going past the singles line. Wally, do you know what the rule is?
I do, Robbie, but I want you to tell us.
I don't think he knows. Tell him, Robbie.
Advantage Team
Well, of course, for the centre service line, you just have to be touching the imaginary line down the middle. But when you're serving wide, your foot has to actually cross the entirety of the sideline. Slightly different rule. I don't know why it would be that way, but it is.
You knew that flip, right?
Absolutely. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew.
It's getting awfully close to the middle now.
Oh, Jarry's a hell of a second serve. Great effort. Another hold.
Oh, he's pulled out a Djokovic second serve there down the middle.
Team Chile leads
He's
5
done well
games
to
to
hang
3.
on in here. Just that one breaker serve early on.
Now, Bosler's telling him to block the ball back, which I agree, especially on the first serve for Jarry, but it's difficult to do when you're 3 to 4 meters behind the baseline.
Interesting watching the Greek bench telling him to throw the ball up. I think he's got to throw it, keep it back. He throws it a long way forward and he actually loses shape. Doesn't stay tall through contact, Sakellaridis. Anyway, Jarry just try to serve this set out.
15
Oh,
love.
that's interesting. The ball fell out of his pocket, but it fell out just after the shot was hit for a winner. So there won't be a replay of the point. Have a look here.
Ooh. That...
You'd ask the question, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that should be a replay. Ball hadn't finished,
Yes.
still in the middle of the air.
He has looked at the chair umpire as if to say, what's going on there, Renault?
Would have had a point.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good play. Nice little sneak behind, and again showing good hands. Like Wally said, you know, having a nice solid backhand volley is one thing, but doing it on the forehand is tougher, and he's held up that racket head, finished nicely, showing some good feel for a big guy. Definitely knows what he's doing around the net.
Let's second service. Let's second service.
That's another forehand that is burned through the air.
40 love.
Wonderful timing. Not a whole lot needs to be said when you're hitting it like that. Three set points.
Game in first set. Team Chile.
Authoritative way to close out the opening
games to
set.
3.
Team Chile very much in the ascendancy. 6-3 it is.
Ahí, toalla fría, si quieres.
The marks out of 10 for Nico Jarry in that set.
7.2.
7.
7.
Yeah, he's just made a couple of casual forehand errors, which I'm sure he'll tidy up. 7. Little room for improvement.
Wally, I don't do whole numbers,
Yeah.
so you're going to have to recalibrate.
I said 7.2, Wally, so we're thinking the same.
But he's obviously playing accordingly to the opponent. He's just kind of getting the job done. But I suppose the encouraging thing for me is the net points won.
Yeah.
Moving forward 16 times, 13 times. He was successful, so transitioning well, picking the right moment, and flip. We like that forehand volley. He's hitting that very crisply.
No, without a doubt. And the other thing, he won that set very comfortably, yet he still had 11 unforced errors. So we know he's not playing at his best. He's still finding that rhythm. But he's definitely looking to come in, and he's definitely coming in a lot more in this match. And it's a good opportunity, as you said, Wally, to work on some things. It looks like he's doing that. That was a very nice shot. Showing some nice touch and angle for a big guy.
it's a huge court surface, just getting a look at some of the fans here, but Sakellaridis is so far back, sometimes he's almost inhibited with his swing on return by the backstop. I mean, there'd be a lot of courts around the world that he wouldn't be able to return on. He'd get caught up in the mesh.
Well, that's a good point. Let's, you know, the tournaments he normally plays on, there is no way in the world they're as big as they are this court. And I can guarantee you, he's definitely not hitting the ball that far behind the baseline. So is he just so excited he's playing on the court that's so big he wants to take opportunity, or what? Yeah,
the last return of that set, he was literally, his racket nearly clipped the advertising hoardings.
Second set, Team Greece to serve.
That's a long way back. You can just reach out and give a high five to the bench.
Set number 2 about to get underway.
That's why I gave him a 7. Just the odd error off that forehand wing in particular.
love.
Well, we've spoken about Nicolas Jarry in that opening set. What do you guys make of Sakellaridis in set number 1?
Look, losing that first service game is understandable. He's pretty nervous coming out here. Maybe not so much expecting to be playing this match, but you know, 40 love. There you go. Hold for the first game. The second set is perfect.
Second set.
I'm sure he's relaxed now, especially holding. First time he's out in front. And it's an opportunity for him to take some risks on this return to serve, do something different, but definitely move forward. I mean, he's way far back in the baseline, and from that far back, he cannot do a thing, and he certainly doesn't have the firepower to get himself in the point or the movement in the legs that Medvedev has.
No, that's the problem. Even if he makes it, he's got to scamper 20, 30 metres to get the next ball. I can appreciate, too, with his height, 1m98, you need a little bit of time to get organised on return, but to me, his stance is excessive.
For coming on the side there from the post loss.
Brilliant. Just when you think serve and volley had become unfashionable, but like pleated pants, rollerblades or gluten, it's very much back in vogue, Mark. See so many of the younger players with decent net games now. Carlos Alcaraz, not scared to come in. Yannick Sinner doesn't get enough credit for how often he comes in.
TFO's doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, good shot.
Here he goes, back again. Just watch this backswing, see if he clips the fence.
I've lost sight of him, Wally. I cannot see him from up here. That's how far back he is.
Yeah, Team Chile.
Just got
One game
no
on.
answers right now.
But surely someone on the bench has to say, step in.
You kind of get the feeling Apostolos is encouraging him to block and go forward, but yet to adopt it.
Let's for service.
That's good work from Sakellaridis. Nice and steady from the back of the baseline.
15 love.
Moving that ball around nicely on the forehand side.
For one, he's spreading the court, the green dots. Good grouping on either side of the center.
Ball, please. Thank you.
That's the 15th unforced error from Jarry. I know it's safe to say that most of those are coming on the forehand side. It's one of the best returns in the game, the one in the middle. A lot of court to work with. Fought to hit it harder. Still tough to recover after that serve to get it out of the way. And won that point with pace.
Targeting that forehand. I'm surprised Nico doesn't use that block forehand return more often. It's got decent feel.
It's funny when the error does come from the Jarry forehand because it all looks good. It's a solid looking shot. There's no unusual technique involved, just out of the blue so far in this event. He's just struggled a bit with consistency and timing on that wing. But the way he produces the shot looks pretty good.
Sakellaridis is feeling pretty good about himself. Good body language.
Team Greece leads 2 games to 1.
Team Greece lead 2-1 in the second set. Wally, that's interesting what you said there, because that goes back to our conversation yesterday about technique versus you know, your mentality and decision making, because he's missing, but you know he's got watertight technique. So why is that happening?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, every now and then it seems a little surprising to me. I think there's a couple of times where he's been out in front of the ball, like it's propped. Maybe the footwork isn't quite right, those one or two little adjusting steps. But I think it's something he can tidy up pretty quickly, and a few wins here at the United Cup might be just the ticket.
You know, a lot of the time you have someone growing up on clay, you'd imagine they'd have a little bit more shape on the ball, especially on the forehand side. So you know, it definitely looks like he's more of a natural hardcourt player than a clay court player. But that's what we'd like to see. Just a touch more shape on the forehand side. Because what he's missing, he's only missing by like half a foot. You know, just missing long. It's not like you know, he's missing by a huge margin.
Time.
That's just saying, if you get an opportunity for a second serve, I'd like you to hit in any corner you like.
Flip, when you played Davis Cup back in the day and you had someone sitting next to you courtside, which was John Newcombe for a period and then John Fitzgerald, did you like a lot of information, or just you speak about things prior to the match?
It was, you know, I pretty much knew what I had to do, what the game plan was, and it's more about encouragement on the side of court, to be honest. I didn't want too much information. You know, just to get some positive words on the side. You're doing well, keep going, looking good.
And I guess too, when it's Fitzy on the side of the court with you, it's always you've got to be a little bit wary of what he says.
Yeah, Fitzy, just grab me that water and that towel, please, you know. Let's keep it simple.
So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go and bat for John if you guys keep behaving like that.
A lot of fun on the court.
That's a touch of genius right there. That is exquisite.
Robbie, you know Flip won 2 Davis Cup for Australia, don't you?
On his own?
Virtually.
No one else showed up, Robbie.
I thought it was a team competition, Wally.
Not when Flip played.
There's a few people said, I'm not going. I was like, all right, here we go again.
He's got broad shoulders.
14 love.
Proper player.
We had a great team. Good chemistry, good energy. Oh, what? It's like I got one. I knew it'd pay off.
Well, you've got to like Sakellaridis. He is the eternal optimist. He has figured at some point something good is going to happen on return, and it just did. The power of positive thinking.
He's just won 2 points, and I think he's going to go back even further now.
40-13.
Now there was 2 great shots. That backhand was unbelievable, but this was a great forehand. Great acceleration on the outside of the ball. It's coming forward finally. He thread the needle on that backhand.
On a laundry line, that was. Tracked the line all the way. close call on the LED screens, but that licked the line beautifully, seared it.
Yes, that was a better game from Sakellaridis, made Jarry think. And it's a great slow motion replay of the body weight going to the direction of his shot.
Thank you.
Head still, through the ball.
Players are ready. Thank you. Thank you very much. Love 15.
Four generations here in the Jarry family. You saw his grandfather there, and of course Nico's got his two kids with him. He'll take it.
Love 30.
Yes, Granddad. And there is a great grandson at the back and daughter in the front.
Did well to turn that point around. I thought he was in trouble
15,
after that return, a little off balance. But got some good depth. Got himself into the point in a nice off forehand, drawing the error off Jarry.
That's the one you're talking about, Flip. Just smack it back at the server, straight up the middle. Don't worry about the corridor, the lines, I should say.
Yeah, put your opponent on that back foot, and it's a tough one to handle, that one at defeat.
It's earned him a break point. Sakellaridis there using the full length of the court. That forehand bounced awfully close to the line. Nico's just checking it out. Yeah. Nod of approval. Still got a second bite at the cherry.
Did not get up to that one as well as he should have. Sakellaridis done a good job to keep himself in this game, get back the juice after those two break points.
I don't like the shot selection, Mark. Going over the higher part of the net, cross court there. You've got to go. You've got to go inside out, right over the center strap there.
Yeah, you're very vocal about guys approaching on the forehand side.
Advantage, team breaks. Deuce.
Oh, it's a great point from Sakellaridis there. Getting himself back into the point with that forehand. Again, moving the ball around nicely on the forehand side, showing some nice shape on the ball, changing direction, and again, drawing the error.
And Flip, when you watch that point and how he is gaining confidence at the back of the court now, Sakellaridis, you think if he can just sort of navigate the return and get himself into some 50-50 propositions, rallying propositions in the returning games, he's right in this.
Well, that'll send the Greek fans into a frenzy. An important hold, and they know it. 3-2, second set. He's really enjoying the battle now.
Whenever you have a short ball, Kibala, come in, step in, man. Step in. And the second, you know, it was a ball on the net, and that ball was short. You step in on the back and keep down the line there. Well, you have to play one more approach. You step inside the court 2 meters, keep down the line. Go for the approach down the line. Either you have back and forehand. That's it. And now, because he serves a lot wide serve, both sides, especially on the outside. Cover more to the left. Take his serve away from him. This is his best serve. He's serving 70% there because he wants that. Okay. So stay there, and if he comes to the left, down the line, if he stays back, find his back and cross court. Alright? Okay. Come on. Let's go. Okay, but cover. Have enough space to cover both serves.
Stefanos Tsitsipas
Exactly.
in the gym with his physical trainer.
Way to the ball. Please, but cover the open serve.
Good chance we're going to see him in the mixed doubles. Just going through some basic routines. Just get the blood flowing through the body, get it nice and warm. Sakellaridis has done a good job trying to fill those sizable boots. Of course, ranking is nowhere near Tsitsipas's.
15 love.
Number 416 in the world. Taking on Nicolas Jarry, who is number 19.
He's done a great job under the circumstances, Robbie, in my opinion. I mean,
yeah, I'm with you, Wally.
Facing a guy in the top 20, a good player. Slow start. He's competing. He's having a crack.
30 love.
That's what you can ask. And enjoying it at the same time. That's what I'm liking.
It's really helped him playing those matches last year.
Continues to entertain in the forecourt, this Jarry.
40 love.
He got burnt a couple of times in the previous game with some really quality returns, but it's a winning play. He's giving him a lot of time and space. Good to see him persist.
change of ends. Apostolos said watch out for his wide serve, especially on the ad side. And of course, you know, as soon as the coach tells you that, he's going to serve the other way.
And are we assuming that good players haven't got the service square covered, that they cannot pick and choose to which side they go? You can't overcompensate.
Jarry might have his favourite serve, but he can definitely serve anywhere in the box. That's the one where you definitely see he has not put the time in the practice court. Every time he has to take that left hand off the racket and hit that slice, it's been very uneasy, kind of drifting and floating, and does not look comfortable at all.
Love 30.
Πάμε εδώ, αγόρι. Βγάλε ενέργεια τώρα, πάμε. Πάμε εδώ. Το έχεις ξανακάνει από 0-30, μπορείς και τώρα, πάμε.
Quiet, please.
Έλα.
That's the one I just don't get. It looks
15-13.
like he's absolutely in position, two good forehands, ready to pull trigger. So maybe there's a bit of intent there. Was that a rally ball? Was he going for a winner? I don't know. But every now and then one just comes out of the middle of the racket, flies long on him.
Amazing how much he likes to approach to that forehand corner. And he might get away with it against Sakellaridis, but you've got to be careful against top-class opposition, because the running forehands of players these days, man, they are so dangerous. Good news is he's got 2 break points.
Oh, well played. The first time he's actually moved forward into the net. He found a floating ball and a very nice forehand volley. After seeing that volley, you're thinking, why are you not coming to net more? Well done.
It's something that Apostolos was actually encouraging him to do in that previous lecture at end change. He took note. Saw him scrambling.
That's good to see.
I mean, is it ever so subtle that he just lifts through the shot? Just body weight comes off the ground a little too early, head lifts. I mean, there it is again, just out of nowhere, pumps it long.
Is it just going for too much in the corner? I mean...
But he didn't even hit that ball that particularly hard. He did give it shape, but it just flies off his racket.
Sort of similar problem yesterday for Zverev for about a set and a half, just missing long. Especially off his backhand wing. I think if you put them in a room, they might argue a case that the dimensions of the court aren't quite correct. And they have it recalibrated.
I think we make our courts a bit shorter here in Australia, do you, Robbie?
This is becoming a bit of an issue now.
Yes, look, all credit to Sakellaridis hanging in there. That's a nice second serve. That one kicking up a little bit more.
There's a good deviation off the court.
Let's the service. Let's the service. Advantage, Team Greece.
Good effort, finding his way to keep his head in front. Give himself an opportunity to hold serve again.
What are the stats now on the unforced errors for Jarry?
21 for the match and 9 for the set.
Game, Team Greece.
Sakellaridis digs himself out of a deep hole in the seventh game.
It's 4 games to 3.
It's 4-3 in the second set. Yeah, they're happy and understandably so. I tell you what makes you very happy is if you make a trip to Manly. Of course, we've got the mayor of Manly courtside, Wally Masur, but this is a popular surfing spot. Hosts millions of visitors every year. Great picturesque scenery. Home, of course, to the famous Manly ferries. And one of my favorite coffee shops is just around the corner there, Vinnie's. Where if you want a good Java, it's my favorite place to go. But what a beautiful piece of real estate. And Wally Masur gets to call that home.
Time.
Aquí voy yo, firme levantado. Muy bien. Igual, da lo mismo. Vamos, punto por punto.
Just a short message from Team Chile to Jarry. Too much dialogue taking place.
Me está diciendo algo que estoy haciendo, a lo mejor en la pantalla me va a decir lo que estoy haciendo, en lugar de darse cuenta que es él.
How's your Spanish, guys?
No bueno.
New balls.
Y en cambio el tío nos juega bien,
si
perdemos, ¿no está todo bien?
Si él falla un gol, uno dice, no estuvo bien de varios, no estuvo.
Ooh, that one dropping on the line.
15 all.
So holding serve, keeping level on the scoreboard. It's just giving him that little bit of belief, a little bit of luck going his way there. Just kind of guided that, dropped in. He's right in this.
Just like that, Jarry closes the door, but I agree, Wally, you know, 4-3, just in front, make him play. You never know what could happen if you have a look at a second serve, but nothing you can do there.
Let's the service.
Beautiful fluent motion he has.
Sakellaridis definitely starting to give him a steady diet of forehands now.
The first forehand was slightly mishit from Jarry, and then the second one he just closed over and obviously caught the tape. So that's a shank. That rolled around the frame, and we've seen him hit them long, but he's showing us he can find the net as well. So it's really just he's losing a little confidence in that wing.
There it is.
And a little has become a lot.
30-14.
What do we have here? First break points for Team Greece. Believe it. Stefanos Sakellaridis is very much in this contest.
I mean, that was a very mature point Sakellaridis played, not overplaying one ball, keeping the ball in play, making Jarry play, understanding that he's got some errors from him. What a great effort.
Thank you. Please. Please, players are ready. Thank you.
He has certainly got the fans engaged now.
Thank you.
Serving for the second set.
15-love.
It's amazing what momentum plays, how important it is in sports, the shifts.
What's the key when you've lost a shot like Jarry has on the forehand side?
Got to be feet. You just got to hustle more steps than you even think is necessary.
You think he's planting his feet too early,
Yeah,
Wally?
just seems a little static on that wing, and then he's trying to find it with his wrist through impact.
And then having a big swing.
Yeah.
to be careful when you're going down line the forehand and you're leaving the cross court completely open, putting himself under pressure there. Osler's telling him to serve to the body, to use the body serve as well. Well done.
Rock in the house. The crowd. The passion of both the Chilans and the Greeks is clearly evident in the fans that are gathered. Beautiful combination of shots, no holding back. All-out attack.
About that. Great movement.
We've got one player here who is hitting freely, moving well, absolutely enjoying the occasion, and another player just losing a little bit of trust in one shot, a bit of self-doubt creeping in. Probably thinks this match should be over given the chances he's had.
Again, second set. Team Greece,
Sakellaridis sends the Greek fans into a frenzy. Boy, has he energized this crowd, and rightly so, because he's bagged the second 6 games to 3. It's game on.
What an incredible effort. Leveling the match. Momentum has certainly shifted. Body language has changed. Self-belief is clearly there now.
Oh, Mark, here to take a look at the numbers. What stands out there?
Break points won, yes, 5 opportunities, 0 made. And look at the other one. He had 1 opportunity and he took advantage of that. Only 5 unforced errors from Sakellaridis, with 11 coming from Jarry's racket. The other thing that's gone up is the first serve points won have also gone up to 71%, making a huge difference. But just finding a way to hang into those service games. 1 opportunity he got, he took advantage of for the break point and played a good game to serve out the set. That's the beautiful thing about this event, about this format.
And that is music to his ears. It's not often that somebody like Sakellaridis will play in front of a stadium this full. And of course, even better when you start to give a good account of yourself.
Final sets. Team Chile to serve.
And remember, this is the first match for Team Greece. Every set matters, every game matters. Jarry to start us off in the decider.
That's the one that just has me scratching my head.
I feel the same way, Wally. I mean, from this angle, it's very tough because sometimes we can't even tell if the ball's going in until it bounces. But when he first hits it, comes off his racket, it looks like a good ball, but just struggling to find that shot.
That was, yeah, I mean, that was 3 feet long out of the middle. That's what I don't get. Ball's coming out of the middle of the strings, they're missing by that much.
Oof, opportunity there. That second serve is not going to get too many of those. Just get it back in play, especially knowing that his opponent might be getting a little tight.
Letting
that one drop a little bit too low.
One thing about Jarry, he doesn't give a lot away, does he, in terms of body language, or doesn't really show you how frustrated or disappointed he is.
No, straight back to work, isn't he? Very quick to put things behind him, focus on the next one.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not real happy with proceedings, but he's got a poker face.
Just too big.
40-15.
213 kilometers an hour right in the corner.
Okay.
First
Chile
game,
up and running in the third.
final sets.
This is where you've got to have selective memory as a player. Put to the back of your mind what happened in that second set. Because the only way you can make an impact on the match is the next point. There's no bonus points in our sport. You don't get a 3-pointer for hitting an ace or hitting a clean winner. You can only improve your position in the match 1 point at a time. And I always think that is the greatest mindset you can have. If I could teach that to a young player, just that philosophy for me, Wally, I would hammer that home every day, all day.
Well, you have a look at Rafa and all of the little ticks that he has pre-point. To me, it's almost like he's just rebooting the computer.
Yep.
Every time the point is over, he resets, next point, and it's an incredible mindset that he has. Yep. I think Federer arrived at a similar place, but in a different way. Roger always remained very much in the moment because he is so sure of himself, so confident in his abilities. He could make some unusual errors in big moments, but then trust himself for the very next point. He wouldn't doubt, get down on himself.
30 love.
Good opportunity here from Sakellaridis to keep that momentum going.
I'm just wondering, Jarry was practicing yesterday versus yesterday pretty cool conditions, today a lot warmer. Just wondering if the ball's a little bit more livelier and he hasn't quite got to grips with it.
No question, Robbie. Yeah, it's a bright, sunny day. It's pretty breezy outside. Of course, we're playing under the dome here, but it is a little bit livelier. But, you know, you consider the vagaries of the weather on the course of the tour and how these guys adjust so quickly. You wouldn't think that that could be a major factor.
Yeah.
From 30 love here to 30-40.
30-40.
Had 5 break point opportunities in the second set, wasn't able to convert any of them. There's Jarry. Okay. First one of this deciding set. It's quickly snuffed out. Pacey,
yes.
Accurate. It's a good combination on serve.
Sakellaridis showing a cool head here. Playing the big points incredibly well. That's just too good. Beautiful forehand. Cross-court showing
Advantage, Team Chile.
some great angle, opening up the court and finishing off with that forehand down the line.
Probably looks better on his forehand when his body weight finishes past the ball, moving through the shot, as opposed to the slower ball where he plants and waits.
Yes.
Huge serve again, out wide. Also too on that one, Wally, it looked like he did not try to flatten it out as he normally does. It looked like he took a little pace off that ball and still plenty enough pace.
Yeah, his 3/4 is good enough, isn't it? Of course, you run the risk for Sakellaridis. If you go there often enough, a player as good as Jarry will figure it out. He'll find some rhythm on that wing.
Much better approach. Not so quick to hit the inside in forehand. Shot selection.
Advantage, Team Chile.
Utmost importance here.
Showed a little bit more patience in this point.
This is the one he'd normally go down the line with, Mark, but intelligent approach.
Yes, lowest part of the net, more court to work with. there, but showed some discomfort after hitting that first serve.
Any cramp in his hand?
Not sure.
Perhaps.
What hitting! He went for it in that point. I don't know if there was something to do with the hand, but he certainly went after the ball in that point.
One out of 10 break points converted for the Chileans.
Advantage, Team Chile.
Sakellaridis just trying to survive right now. Somehow get over the line on this service game. But again, he faces another break point.
Jarry continue. Knock in on the door. The number of meaningful first serves that he has made when break point down is impressive.
You have to ask yourself, given his ranking, Sakellaridis, where is this sort of form throughout the course of the year?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Wally.
He'd be a lot better than 400 odd.
Definitely not intimidated by the circumstance.
Advantage, Team Greece.
Finding a way to get a game point. He's hanging in there. He can somehow hold. I'm pretty sure he's not really going to care what happens in the next game. It's just about getting to the change of ends and getting some liquid down, trying to recover. And what a hold.
The quality of serving when it mattered most was very impressive. And that'll help grow the belief that he belongs. Biggest win of his career at the United Cup and those Perth matches last year for him, beating Tsitsipas. Ranked 129 in the world.
But Jarry is top 20 in the world. Big first point. Sakellaridis continuing to give it everything.
He's found a good blend too, hasn't he, at the back of the court of defending, willing to defend, made some tough gets. And then we saw on that break point, stepped it up on the forehand.
Yeah.
Two of his biggest forehands that he's hit in the match was facing break points in the previous game. So thinking his way through the situation is Sakellaridis. That was a great take by the ball boy, by the
That
way.
was very casual.
Good hands.
a difference. What a difference when he makes that shot selection to come in on.
Third love.
He's down, but not out. Save that energy for those service games, Sakellaridis.
Mark, just give us an idea of what it's like as well, the emotional energy that gets spent when you're playing a match like this. For him playing in such a big occasion, so many fans. I think sometimes the fans at home underestimate how much it takes out of you.
Look, this is the United Cup. He's representing his country. I mean, there's a lot of on the line here. You know, if you were to somehow find a way to win this, what that would do, it would change his life as far as points, prize money, the tournaments he can get into. He's given it everything, that's for sure.
He is running on fumes.
Not to mention building a reputation and what might then transpire for him post-career.
Yep.
Game, Tsitsipas.
That's the coming back. Placed with geometric perfection from Jarry. He's certainly got the Greek fans engaged. Can he keep it up?
Well, I think the descent could be pretty quick if he doesn't hang on to the serve in these early parts of the third set, but he's just done an unbelievable job hanging tough on his serve, in particular the big points.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those legs. Let's see how much he uses them to push up here. This was the first serve, I believe, that he missed.
Yeah, a little lower, didn't get up too much, but like Wally said, that was very far forward and low, very difficult to get up for that one. That's a better looking serve. You know what, the Greek fans came to see Stefanos play today. They weren't counting on Sakellaridis, but they've certainly made him proud.
Well, it's another Stefanos that's been doing the business.
And he's doing an incredible job.
Game, Tsitsipas.
I'll tell you what,
2 games off.
Foreman is leaking all kinds of errors. Sakellaridis has just got to keep planting the seed of doubt. Keep peppering that wing of Jarry.
He's got a great mind for tennis, you know, like Wally said, he's playing the big points well. He's not overheating. He understands that he's getting those unforced errors from Jarry, so he's making him play. He looks like he's playing within himself, looking very comfortable.
And therein lies the worry. It's just the errors are net.
Yes.
He's closing the face over. He's hooked a few wide, long, lifting up. There's a variety of errors, and that's the concern.
Yeah, that was a very straightforward forehand after a big serve, and that was halfway up the net.
And that's the one he's most likely to miss, the one where he's quite passive and he's got time.
Let's for service.
don't know about you guys, but for me, if I'm Jarry, I'm putting away the inside-in forehand for the next couple of games, and I'm just pretty much going inside out with my forehand.
I always think if you're struggling on a shot, just hit it back where it came from. Like, just hit it back along the line. Don't try to change too much.
30-15.
Muy bien. Το ανοιχτό, το ανοιχτό.
Από εκεί κινήσου προς την μπάλα. Πρέπει να φέρεις το βάρος πίσω από την μπάλα. Δεν μπορείς μόνο με τα χέρια να παίξεις εκεί.
Just remember, Nicolas Jarry has already had a match under his belt. And the Chileans took on the Canadians. He beat Steven Diaz in straight sets.
Again, Team Chile.
That's a strong hold. The problem hasn't been on the serve for Jarry. It's been when he's returning. Let's see what he can do in the next game. He leads 3-2 in the third.
Muy bien.
I actually like serving after the sit-down, so that's fallen into the hands of Sakellaridis here in the third set. Gets to sit down, compose himself, because that's the key. Just hang tough on your serve, and maybe there's a little moment of hesitation or a couple of unforced errors from Jarry at the death of this third set. He's got a post loss in his ear, plenty of chatter in the Greek corner. We're just focusing here on Team Chile.
You can put the ice on the legs, it's not rough.
They told me I can't do it.
You can put the ice on the legs, it's okay. It's not rough.
You done it?
Not like you can pull out.
Got the Dyson fan just pouring a bit of cool air onto Stefanos.
That guy Dyson is very popular in my household.
Έτσι, τα σερβις γέννησε. Πολύ σωστά τα παίζεις. Έτσι πρέπει. Το ίδιο πράγμα, συνέχισε.
He's got a couple of them pointing at him.
Και στους σημαντικούς πόντους, βάλτε την μπάλα μέσα. Κάνει αρκετά λάθη στα σημαντικά σημεία.
Time.
There's a lot of information coming at him, but he's doing a hell of a job keeping his head in the game and focusing what he has to do. Not too many times he gets an opportunity to play in front of a crowd like this, in a situation like this, but it's been very, very impressive the way he's handled it.
South Americans always got a couple of good moves, haven't they? It's a time for him to make a move.
Jarry maybe a little frustrated that Sakellaridis found that line or the edge of the line on that forehand. Overcooking it again.
I think one of Sakellaridis' great strengths today has been just playing every ball on its merit. He hasn't played reputation. He just plays the shot according to where he is in the court. He's not afraid to let Jarry hit a winner. He's not letting ego get in the way.
Portilla.
His first couple of points that he's able to win on serve just helps so much with the confidence and the momentum. Jarry not taking enough out of him in the opening couple of points.
Definitely a service game that he needed. 40 love. Yeah.
That's the first one in a while.
You are right, though, Flip. When Sakellaridis has to take the left hand off the racket, he has a really weak slice grip.
Yeah, it just does not look comfortable at all, does it?
Floats.
Good pace on that winner. Could have got a little ugly, but he made it work.
40-13.
It's a great point from Jarry. Finding a way into the net again with that off forehand, as you mentioned, Robbie, the one you want to see more. I think Sakellaridis made a mistake here. He had an opportunity to go inside out or hit that off forehand, but it went down the line.
The set goes on, the tighter Sakellaridis can stay to Jarry, the more interesting it gets. The less the experience counts. I think the nerves are going to play a big part for Jarry. Given how he's playing, Mark, that's the big concern for me, that forehand side.
I couldn't agree more. I just feel like he's starting to decelerate on the shots now, even the serve.
I don't know if he was playing well and wasn't making as many mistakes off the forehand as he is. You know, I think then the experience would be a big factor, but given where the forehand is right now, I think that negates a lot of the experience. And how he's managing it, he's not managing it well at all. Let's see if he can fine-tune. Let's see if he can make some adjustments here.
We saw last night with Mannarino taking on Zverev, and Zverev just wasn't quite there. Not dissimilar to what Jarry's experiencing at the moment in the first set, but he kind of fired himself up. He got a little angry, got a little more intense, and everything just lifted. And I was really surprised by the drop shot in the previous game. It just seemed like a cop-out. I thought it was a great opportunity to kind of work his opponent over.
that was pretty. A tough shot to play, but when you can pull it off, that short slice, it stays so low where the player has to come up to the forehand and hit that. It's beautiful to see.
That'll work. It's a better forehand.
Motions, please. New ball. Chile leads 4 games to 3.
Ever closer to the checkered flag. 4-3.
Me estaba diciendo por el reloj del servicio. ¿Ah? No, a mí no. Ah, ya.
Se le puedes decir
Ya.
que te das un punto que empieza a 40 carreras y empieza 15 segundos tarde.
Muy bien. No, y todo esto es mérito tuyo, Nicolás. Tú estás jugando súper. La cuestión está bien difícil, así que hay que seguir.
Nico's wife.
Muy bien.
Big year 2023 for Jarry. You've got to remember that he started the year ranked well outside the top 100, playing the Canberra Challenger, ranked 152 in the world. So to finish inside the top 20, just an indication of what kind of a season he had. Had to qualify at the Aussie Open, won a match there, played well at the majors. Round of 16 at the French, won a couple of matches at Wimbledon.
New balls here for Sakellaridis. Definitely will help on his serve, but that's also going to help Jarry on his ground strokes.
See, I was just thinking that if he makes a return, just get into the grind. I mean, Sakellaridis has virtually not hit a backhand winner, certainly not from the back of the court. You've got an escape valve, just make that ball. Just build a bit of pressure here, Jarry. Don't pull the trigger too early, earn the right.
Yeah, Wally, I understand he's that player that's aggressive, that hits into the ball, that goes forward and accelerates.
14,
but when you're struggling to find the court sometimes and you're hitting those unforced errors, and especially, you know, no disrespect to Sakellaridis, but to someone who's well ranked below you, you're thinking, let's just make him play a little bit. You know, do I need to be playing at 100% of my power, or can I just tone it down to 85 and see what happens?
Let's Second service.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. I mean, Sakellaridis, he can move the forehand around nicely, but it's not like he's striping winners from the back.
Definitely not on the backhand side, as you mentioned.
40-13.
He's got to stay focused here. 40-15, the loose double fault. Don't get too comfortable. Still got to close this game out. 4-all, anything can happen.
It's the first double fault he served in the entire match, Flip.
Yeah, that was interesting. Sakellaridis taking pace off that, almost like baiting Jarry to accelerate, to hit it. And again,
4 games solved.
that one for still on that forehand side.
Diego, o sea, perdón, Nico, escúchame. Nico, escucha. Puedes corregir. Ya te he dicho lo que tienes que hacer.
No me veía haciendo, estoy así pegando, para atrás.
Con más intensidad.
Interesting exchange there.
I love the calmness of Jaime when he's delivering the message there.
I was going to say the same thing. He was just saying, yeah, Nick, look at me. Just calm down, stay focused. That's good play. Don't panic. It's on serve.
Put away the inside in forehand for the next 2 games. Get out the hard hat, as Wally has suggested. Go to work. Didn't miss by much.
Big first serves for Jarry in this game.
I love holds at precisely the right moment for Team Chile. But it's still edge of the seat stuff for the fans. It's 5-4.
La respuesta está en ti mismo. La respuesta está en ti mismo. Tú lo demostraste este juego. Este juego lo jugaste tú solo y todo el tiempo estás jugando tú solo. Eres tú el que tienes que luchar esa cuestión. Nosotros no podemos hacer más de lo que estamos haciendo acá. Estuviste bien en lo que hiciste ahí. Tú tomaste la iniciativa.
Sometimes your player gets the 1,000-yard stare, nothing's going in. I think Nicolas has reached that point.
A ti te sobra talento. Así que confianza.
Change of shirt on the change of ends for Nico Jarry. Hopefully
difícil. Pero tiene que confiar en ti.
That's all about a change of fortune on his return game.
Thank you.
Words
Players
of
are ready,
confidence
ladies and
and
gentlemen.
that change of ends for Jarry.
Thank you.
Sakellaridis serving to stay in the match for Team Greece.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because we talk about it, you know, a bit of self-doubt, a lot of errors off the ground, and so he's feeling the pinch, but his serve is fine. Like, it's not like a holistic meltdown. Certain shots are fine. Just the ground shots, is it the pace? He doesn't have enough pace to work with. What is he not enjoying? I mean, some of these errors are really quite amazing from a guy this good.
Yeah. Just digging up the average forehand RPMs, comparing the first match he played, Wally, to the one today, and he's actually imparting a slightly more spin on the forehand, yet he's still missing it long. So I'm just wondering if the speed of the forehands that he's executing might be the problem. Perhaps he's hitting it too hard and not matching the spin and the pace.
So you're saying he's hitting the ball hard, a little harder today, but not with the same spin?
Slightly more spin than
Slightly more spin
today. Slightly than when he played Diaz.
From this angle, it's tough to see, but
yep.
I feel like I'm seeing that from here. It's interesting.
Well, there's no question there's a lot of shots he doesn't have much pace to work with. That last one was a case in point, but got to play each ball on its merits. Nicolas Jarry. What was that?
Is that supposed to be a drop shot and then he changed his mind the last second? But I feel like he just doesn't really know what he's doing right now. He's surviving, like you said, with those big first serves. But from the back of the court, a little undecisive with what he wants to do.
For a guy that's just hit millions of balls on the clay, nicely produced shots, it just seems highly unusual. Shot selection, the variety of errors that he's made from the back of the court.
hardly lost any points behind the serve in this deciding set.
Well, Robbie, wouldn't you like to come back in the next life as 1m98? Doesn't matter how badly you're playing, the serve just keeps you in it.
Too true.
Sakellaridis definitely not as comfortable moving forward into the court as he is going sideways. Just needed to be flipped cross court. Didn't have to overplay that one.
Back-to-back love holds for Team Chile.
Team Chile leads 6 games to 5.
At the very least, Nicolas Jarry is going to be in a tiebreaker, but he'll hope that he doesn't have to go there. We'll find out when he gets back on center stage after the sit-down.
Este te está preparando para cuando te toque jugar contra Medvedev en los cuartos finales del Abierto, en Australian Open. Es un Medvedev en potencia.
Tsitsipas going through his pre-match routine with trainer Sayed. Good times for the Greek fans. I'm sure they didn't suspect that the man in the center of picture would be so competitive against Nicolas Jarry. The discrepancy in the rankings is massive. 19 in the world versus 416. It's a difference of almost 400 spots.
Here we go, Robbie. I just get this feeling that this match is destined to finish in a tiebreaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll definitely sign up for one of those. Sakellaridis needs to take us there.
Big return. Fantastic depth in that one, finding a line. Jarry bouncing around like a boxer, understanding the importance of this next point.
Please.
Yes, a little bit of genius at the net, and why not get there?
And a little bit of luck getting there. Shank forehand, net court forehand. Didn't look safe, and then all of a sudden he was on top. Good defense once again from Sakellaridis. He's done a good job of making Jarry just play one more ball.
That time, Jarry taking pace off, having some nice shape on that inside-out forehand. It's a smart serve into the body.
15-13.
Only 183 kilometers, big serve, but compared to the around 206, 280 he's been doing, it just shows it's a tough one to get back, that return the body.
It's just hemorrhaging enforced errors, that forehand of Jarry. Can he manage it well enough to get across the finishing line? Can he? Enforced errors 35, and the vast majority coming off that forehand wing.
There was a
call. There was a call. It was well long.
That's a little unlucky.
Yeah. And after 2 hours and 20 minutes, Team Chile have arrived at match point.
Thank you. Players are ready, please. Thank you. Please.
What a way to finish it! Team Chile finally knocks down Team Greece's door. What an encounter, what a battle. Stefanos Sakellaridis take a bow. But in the end, it's Team Chile that prevails 7-5 in the third.
Oh, well done, Jarry. Found a way to get the job done, but like you said, Robbie, hats off to Sakellaridis. Should be very proud of the way he competed. I'm sure Team Greece is, and everyone who's come to support him is, but at the end, Jarry just a little too strong.
The irony of that last point as well, how he cranked that forehand and refused to back down. It's one of those matches, Mark, I guess you learn a lot about yourself. Sometimes when you have to battle, it does make you examine your game a little harder, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's something he has to look at, right? Is we know that he's the type of player that hits through the ball and is very aggressive, but at times he definitely does not have to do that. And especially at the end, he definitely focused on getting into the net a lot more, and you wonder where that was for the whole match.
Especially when he executed it so well in the opening set. His forays forward were outstanding. He's got a great net game. And I agree with you, in those tight situations, I want to see him coming in. You know, when you're 6'6" and you're coming in, it's tough to pass, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on your opponent to pass, but he not only does he volley well, he covers the net well.
Well, I'll tell you that Nicolas Jarry has got by. Sakellaridis is going to have to deal with our very own Wally Masur now. It's not so easy.
So, Nicolas, not the Stefanos we were expecting, certainly not the one you're expecting, but wow, what a performance.
Yeah, for sure. It was an incredible match, very tough for me. Stefano played amazing. I think He was grinding a lot, so it was a very tough opponent. And I'm happy to be able to be there mentally. It's tough. The level of the players level up in this kind of event with all the energy that it's amazing. So it's super tough to beat anyone. So I'm really happy for this win.
Was it sort of tough playing with the expectation? You're representing your country. You look at the rankings. You think this is a match you can close out easily. Does that play on you throughout the course of the 3 sets?
Yeah, it goes sometimes. So you have to be very tough mentally. I wasn't able to be that in the second set. And the third set was super tight, super tough. He was serving very well, moving the ball very well. So I had to stay calm. It was difficult, so it's a great match for me personally to get the win here.
So this format has provided us with a lot of mixed doubles that is deciding the contest. We're going to get that again today. Will you be playing? What can we expect?
Yeah, it's so tough since the way the format is, as you say. Different country has different better players, so we will see now with the team what we do. Last tie, it decided by two points. So hopefully we can get the win this one.
Well done. You've made the Chilean fans in the crowd very happy. Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, well navigated. Very well navigated by Nicolas Jarry. And his grandfather and captain of Team Chile will be delighted. It would have set the heart racing at times. After a match like this, Marco, do you head straight out to the practice court, work on the forehand, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, feed some balls in there to try and find the groove, or do you just put that one in the back of the locker and say it was a one-off, that the shot was so poor, look forward?
No, you definitely don't put it in the back of the locker, but maybe you definitely speak about that and have a plan to come out at least tomorrow. Find a nice quiet court out the back, get a box of balls and go to work. You know, and trying to find a solution, whether that be, you know, that inside-out forehand, you know, going off a lot more, or getting more shape on the ball, but he's definitely got to try and find that forehand right now.
How much will that resonate in the locker room? People watching this match, a lot of the guys will look at that and say, hey, let me make a little asterisk, let me make a little mental note about that.
Yeah, if you're playing someone like Jarry, your focus should be blocking the ball back anyway, making him play, you know, just finding a way to get that ball back, that serve back. But especially now, you're thinking to yourself, I've been no rush to end the point, you know, if he's drawing that many unforced errors.
Yeah, he was 2 of 12 and break points converted was Jarry. Sakellaridis had just that one in the second set and he made it count. And in the end though, Jarry found a way, managed that forehand well enough on the match point. Of course, next up, it'll be the mixed doubles, and Sakellaridis and Tsitsipas will be the ones who will be trying to do it for Team Greece. Well, that was thoroughly enjoyable. The Greeks against the Chileans made for a passionate affair. My thanks to Mark Petchey and Wally Masur. And don't go too far because the mixed doubles is just around the corner.